I was an original dead-end kid born off the East River.
Yeah.
It was a ghetto. A
Yeah.
ghetto. I didn't know that word at the time,
Yeah.
but it was a ghetto.
And you're growing up in the Depression in New York City.
Yes.
You've got dyslexia, although you don't know the word. You're
Right,
fail.
right. And you know something? The teachers didn't know the word.
Yeah, no
They
one.
stamped me moron. That's it.
And
You get the name, play the game. They said I was a moron.
yeah. And how did you? What was it inside you that gave you the strength to go do what you did? Because you actually invented a
Yeah,
whole field here. So
yeah.
what gave you the
Well,
strength?
I'll tell you the story. And again, if I talk too much, obviously cut me off. I was 10 and a half, 11 years old. Johnny Carson once said to me, he knew my background. We were friends, and he knew. He said, how does a these Dems and Does kid from the Lower East Side of Manhattan with only 1 year of high school become the world's foremost memory training specialist? And I said, stomach cramps. And he got white under his makeup. He thought I lost my mind.
Yeah.
And I said, no, I'll explain it. And I did. Okay. I was 10 and a half, 11 years old. Oh boy, I had stomach cramps every morning, and I'll tell you why. Mrs. Goldfisher, I'll never forget her, gave us a test every day on a yellow rectangular piece of paper that we had a number from 1 to 10.
Yeah.
And she would ask 10 questions, which we would answer on. I was getting failing grades, 40s and 50s, where all my little classmates were getting, passing grades, 70, 80, whatever.
Yeah.
The point is, we had to bring that test after she graded them and put the mark on it. We had to bring them home for one parent to sign. And my father, who died when I was 12, so you can tell how long ago I'm going, how far back I'm going,
Yeah.
was the signee. And when he saw my grades, he used to punch me. How this whole thing started. Okay, back to the stomach cramps.
Yeah.
I finally realized that I got them only Monday through Friday, not weekends, school days. That's the point. That's why I told you the story about my father punching me.
Yeah.
In other words, I was scared about my father hitting me.
Yeah.
Okay, one day as I'm walking to school and the light bulb goes off, oh my God, how can I stop my father from punching me? Easy. Get better grades on your tests. That's why he's punching you, for God's sakes. Isn't that obvious? Oh, okay. I'm talking to myself.
Yeah.
How do I get better grades so that he doesn't punch me? Oh, okay. How do I do that? All right. Next step. After school that day, I go to the library. And it was called the Pitt Street Library. I called it the Pitt Street Library. It was the Hamilton Fish Library near a park I used to go to. And I go in, and I'll never forget the lady who helped me out, tall Italian lady wearing a black dress, gray hair with a bun in the back. And I said, oh, I got to learn how to remember. Long story short, she took me to a room in a corner, which I swear to you, the door was covered with cobwebs. Nobody has been in there for God knows how long.
Yeah.
She cleared the door, opened the door, pointed to a corner of the room where there were a bunch of books about this wide lined up, dating back to the 17th and 16th century on memory training.
Yeah.
I went in there. I was in there for 2 hours. This lady kept opening the door to see if I was okay, because I saw him. End of story. Got to remember again, I was 10 and a half, 11 years old.
Yeah.
99.9999 a mile long of the stuff I read, particularly in Old English.
Yeah.
These books dating back to the 17th century.
Yeah.
I didn't understand. But the point, 999, 100 miles long, that I did understand changed my life. What I didn't realize I was doing, all I wanted to do was help myself. So the little bit I did understand, I changed to fit my problem. Remember the answers to the questions Mrs. Goldfisher was asked. One of the questions she had asked was, what's the capital of Maryland?
Yeah.
Even today, most people will think Baltimore, which
Yeah.
is not the case.
No.
It's Annapolis.
Yeah.
Okay. I had never heard of Annapolis when I was a kid. How in the world am I going to remember that? Well, I did very easily. Uh, I'll tell you what happened. I started to apply my systems to all possible questions that this goldfisher can ask. And all of a sudden, I start to get hundreds on the test. I don't get stomach cramps anymore. My father doesn't punch me anymore. And one day I'm walking into the classroom, Mrs. Goldfisher is at her desk, and she says, Harry, come here. I come over and she says, Harry, what happened? You're starting to get hundreds on your tests, which I thought you should from the beginning because you seem like an intelligent, normal person. What happened? I said, well, I learned how to remember. She says, what do you mean? I said, I'll give you an example. When you asked that question, I said, I visualized a girl named Mary, and I pointed, there was a kid named Mary in the classroom.
Yeah.
I pointed to Mary. I said, I visualized Mary, and I saw an apple, a gigantic apple was landing, Maryland, for the state, Maryland was landing. An apple is landing on Mary's head. I got it. I made the association, one thing leading to the other.
Yeah.
Now here, this is important. I'm so excited about it. I'm looking at Mrs. Goldfisher as I tell her the story, and I see her eyes glaze over. And she says, okay, Harry, take your seat. She thought I was crazy. But what changed is the kids in the class started to say, hey, Harry, how would you do that with this? And they give me another piece of information.
Yeah.
And my classmates started to use the ideas. Mrs. Goldfisher thought I was crazy. The kids didn't.
No.
And kids have a better imagination than adults.
Oh, yeah.
And they were doing it fine,
Yeah.
using their imagination, paying attention, etc.
So the first time you taught people were the people in your class that year you learned this?
Absolutely. That started to use it, and some of the kids would saying, wow, this is great, and it's fun.